We have yoga classes here.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, huh? Riley jumped off the roof here. Your dog. Oh my God.
Unbelievable. It's a
Oh my God.
ninja dog,
Man, but maybe the leg's not even broken.
probably.
Second story. Wow. I mean, now we're awake, right?
Now we start. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We're just talking about the Craig Jones, right? The So you think Craig Jones is doing the what is it, $1 million for each division? There's two divisions, $1 million for each division, the winner.
To be real, I just saw some things on the social media.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like it's two divisions, $1 million each,
Yeah.
and $20,000 for.
10,000 yeah, 20,000 just for show up.
10,001, $1 extra than 80.
$10,000 and $1 to show up.
Unbelievable.
And they supposedly like maybe Mark Zuckerberg or somebody sponsored it. They don't want to say it. Yeah, he loves jiu-jitsu. Whoever's sponsoring it
It's
loves
unbelievable
jiu-jitsu. Uh-huh.
for sport. If you 5 years ago, we never imagined
I mean,
that.
I went to the last one, right? Because I'm friends with Mo. We got the stem cells done down in Tijuana. And so I spent the whole week with him, and he was telling me what he was doing. I went to the previous one here in Anaheim, in LA area, right, Orange County. And so then he's like, "You got to come to the next one." And so that I went, with a few of the guys, and yeah, I was so proud to be there. The guys getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, us being in the that big stadium with the UNLV whatever, but just the production, the fight, just everything. It was like a world-class event. I was just so proud to be there and see how far it's come. The first tournament I did in Vegas, Las Vegas, right, was at a high school. It was like Rapper's Quest.
Okay.
And so, the Tapout guys were there at the time selling stuff out of their car. And so to go from the high school to the UNLV, arena was amazing. And the guys getting inducted into the hall, it was crazy.
I love the Tapout guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're a part of the sport,
Skyscrape is unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to play with them because I'm good friend of Eddie Bravo. I like him a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But when we are with people around, I pretend I don't like him sometimes. Like, just pretend we fight till people get this. One time on the airport, I start saying stuff to Eddie Bravo, and Skyscrape come to me, "No, Junior, relax. He's a nice dude." He think I'm serious there.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a nice person.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, he's
a
been
funny-
around the game for a long time, and
All these
made
dudes.
his mark, right? Made his mark too.
Yeah.
Credibility with beating the Horler at that time he shocked the world, right? With that win.
They invest a lot their time on the sport, promoting, go to
Oh
the
yeah,
fights.
oh yeah.
They used to have like a RV. I remember that.
The tap out guys, yeah, yeah. I think they sold the company, right? To I forgot what company, but it's a bigger
Yeah.
company. Yeah,
I think to UFC, no?
but they were huge. They were like, if you're a good competitor or a fighter, they would sponsor you or give you clothes, right, to wear. At the early days, which was a big deal. They were in a
Yeah.
lot of people that committed to the sport that
And
would
they
do
are the
that.
brand of UFC for a long time, even
Yes.
on the show, the
Yeah.
Ultimate Fight
Right?
and stuff.
Remember
Yes.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start again. Congratulations on your red and white belt.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your red and white belt. So 8th degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yeah.
Wow. Life dedicated to Jiu-Jitsu. All the work you've done from growing, being the person in São Paulo, right, spreading Jiu-Jitsu. All the work you've done with all the amazing MMA fighters, UFC fighters.
It's a long journey, yeah. It's nice the way you put 8th degree black belt because I believe in black belt. All that colors on belt, I think it's weird. To be realistic, like when I teach, I don't look myself on the mirror, but other day I look at the belt, I think, man, the belt's so weird. It's not even exist on my time. It's some stuff. It's make me confused to be real with you. I never refuse a honor given by Master Mansour, okay? Because I believe he, that moment, is the oldest link with Helio Gracie. You know, he's one of the idol mains for Helio Gracie. But, wow, for a moment, I think maybe
And he's
I
still
keep my red and black belt because it's the way it is before.
right.
A lot of my idols and people who I look for, like Rickson Grace and Jean-Jacques Machado,
Yeah.
they keep the coral belt, you know. And I understand. It's the way we learn. It's the way it is before.
Yeah, he went from the 6th degree to the coral belt, and then from coral belt straight to red belt.
Yeah. Because after you are not more black belt, the steps are not more fun when you get. Me, me, you are old dude. Maybe it's good to people look for knowledge on you. You know, that symbology that, you know, to people understand. But to you,
Yeah.
like the day I get my coral belt is one of the hardest day in my life. I pass the whole entire day saying, man, I have to take away my black belt. You know, I will keep it back, use my black belt. After that,
It's a strange feeling, huh?
it's
To
a strange
change your
feeling.
belt.
Yeah. Especially a belt you have for 30 something years. You say,
Yeah,
man,
31 years.
you know, and the relation with black belt, which is martial arts, is the black belt. You know, the other stuffs, I like to see like Master Mansour, Grandmaster Ali Grace with the red belt, but I don't even imagine myself with that stuff. You know, it's no stuff I even think about.
Yeah.
Or that belt, I don't even think about.
Yeah.
It's like one Sunday in my house, and Joe Moreira called me say, Master Mansour go to United States, you know, his last trip
Wow.
to here. I wish he coming more, but you know, at the moment they say that, and they have my papers there. I say, oh, you know, your belt coming this year, so he wanna give to you. I don't go say no, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, you know. On my life as a teacher and staff,
Yeah.
maybe it's a big honor, but more than that, it's a big responsibility. Yeah, when some guy like Master Mansour, who is like a man with honor in his whole life, is a great master to everyone. He will give more responsibility to myself. What's already done, having a lot of responsibility on jiu-jitsu, I think. But it's more, it's limitate your life. It's like when you are a priest, you have to have like your behavior, like your title it is, you know. But yeah, it's a confusing stuff to me for now. You know, like the color, the belts, I don't know. I don't know. I think jiu-jitsu, I think like when you are at that age, you don't need to pass for that stuff. What color I go.
Looking back at your life, right? Because man, yeah, for me, I'm like, it's cool, like, because I see Carlos Gracie Jr. wearing the red and white, and it's nice acknowledgement of. I mean, 7 years is a long time, right? So 14 years to go from coral belt to red belt. It's nice to have the 7 years is a long time, right? So I think it's nice. Even when did they start the red and white belt?
I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, something like
To
that,
be
right?
serious with you, I have no idea.
Right.
It's a stuff I saw one day, like somebody sent me a paper, say, what is that?
Yeah,
You know, I don't even think have a name.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
I think they started it in judo, right? That belt.
yeah,
And then
judo
they
have like the red and white belt. And I think red and white and red belt.
Yeah.
You know, I'm black belt in judo, but I never even think. I don't even have a degree on my black belt because I stopped practicing
Yeah.
like a real judo class maybe 40 years ago.
Let's go back. You know, like you're younger, right? What did it mean for you to get your black belt? Like when were you before? When did you get your black belt? What year?
Maybe 88, I think.
1988.
Yeah, 87, 88.
The UFC was the first UFC was 1993. So you were like way before stuff was on the
It's on the past, get a black belt no is
right,
such an easy thing.
right.
People go check you out and
Test you.
test you and a lot of responsibility too. At the moment, I just think about surf. I have a team, and that's is what happened. Jiu-Jitsu control my life more than myself. Before I wanna to be true, when my dream before is make Godoy a black belt, so I will retire on Jiu-Jitsu. I have a responsibility of a big team. Marcelo left to us. So that moment I can leave because that time is too violent, it's too much confusion, it's too much stuff so I don't like it. And I don't want to be on jiu-jitsu at that time.
Yeah, because people thought of jiu-jitsu in those days of as violence. Guys would learn jiu-jitsu, right, and do street fights and beat people up, almost like bullying, right? Some people that would give the bad reputation. Of course, not the main guys, the good guys, right? But some guys would learn jiu-jitsu, even lower ranking guys, even, right, and start trouble maybe in the street, and then gave it a bad reputation for jiu-jitsu for many years, like in the 90s, right?
It's like a water division there. Okay, on the late 80s, jiu-jitsu just people who knows what jiu-jitsu it is. We have a lot of focus on training, and he start to grow the pitch boys. Jiu-jitsu start to get popular.
Pitch bull boys, pit bulls, pit bull boys, pitch boys.
Pitch boys. So people who have cauliflower ears with no training, they prepare their cauliflower ears.
Yeah, they
buy
make it.
Buy a pit bull and start pretend they are fighters. In that moment, I think that's so ridiculous and completely out what I believe in martial arts. It's a weird moment of jiu-jitsu, but make it grow a lot. I don't know if you remember, like society looked at jiu-jitsu very bad.
Yeah, I was there, and then in the 90s, late 90s, that was like the height of it, I think.
Yeah.
They had the Rio de Janeiro, right? The sport they did those events to market jiu-jitsu isn't violence. They had Royce Gracie against Valide. They had some other like events, right, to market or to promote jiu-jitsu that it's not violence, it's sport, and a good way of living, right? But it had such a bad reputation with the communities all around Brazil, right, because of those guys that would the pit boys.
And with the media too.
Yeah, media.
Have I don't remember years. I'm bad for years, Have a MMA fight, jiu-jitsu against Luta Livre.
Yeah.
On the Tijuca Tennis Club. Actually, I'm Marcos Vinicius and Joe Moreira who put the shares on the event, and we
oh wow,
put chains on the shares too,
wow,
so people don't throw each other,
Was that the last event before they outlawed MMA or Valetudo in Rio?
No, that's online. It's legal and illegal.
No, it was illegal though for a lot of years. I think I went to
H2. Around the dates have the Maracanãzinho.
Okay.
Where Marcelo
80s, yeah.
Flávio Molina, Marco Ruas fight Pinduca. Eugênio Tadeu fight Renan Pitangui.
Wow, you're part of that history. The Jiu-Jitsu versus Luta Livre times.
Heavy funny stories on that day because Mastre Junior is the judge for mostly fights. And Hadley Vigil is on the corner for Renan Pitangui. Renan Pitangui is not just a fighter; he's a great surfer. He surfs big waves, So on the corner, then he screamed to Renan, "Pipeline, pipeline!" And Master Vigil on the break say, "What the heck position is pipeline?" He said, "No, pipeline's a wave in Hawaii." He said, "It just do the wake up because that pipeline don't go." Hold him. It's a brutal fight. Eugênio Tadeu and Renan Pitangui. I remember that. That's why I think they cancel jiu-jitsu because the minister for sports is on. He watched the fights with his family there, and if you see the videos, is that fight like the judge dry the face with the towel and give it back is another moment,
What happened exactly?
Marcelo fight Flavio Molina,
Yeah.
and on the top mountain, Marcelo started punching elbow.
Oh yeah, in the mount. Yeah.
And the corner throw the towel.
Right.
And the judge get the towel, dry his face.
The referee grabbed the
give
towel
it-
and wipe. Whose
Throw
towel?
back.
The guy on the bottom. The guy that taken with the blood on his face.
No, he dry his face. The judge dried his own face and throw the towel back to.
Wow.
Having
Wow.
video there.
Wow.
So
He dried off the sweat off in his face and threw it back.
yeah, that momento, like jiu-jitsu, I think be illegal for MMA for maybe 10 years,
10 years.
and then convince Globo TV to do the event on the Tijuca Tennis Club.
Okay.
But they say it's not allowed the punts, I think. Have some story like that. And then put on prime time after the soap opera when everybody watched TV on that time. Hey, super brutal event. So after that event, the Globo TV, who is the major broadcast in Brazil, start to hate jiu-jitsu. They just talk bad about jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And have a big campaign against Beach Boys and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Okay. So that was part of that
Yeah,
that era.
it's the area, huh?
Era. Yeah.
But we survive and we pass from there. We prove jiu-jitsu is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God for all of us.
How crazy is that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
How
I'm-
times change.
I remember. I was down in the '90s, and I went to an MMA. I think was it Valetudo still? I'm not sure. But after that, I think Hanzo fought. What was it? Who did he fight? What's his name? Tado with the T. But the Luta Livre fighter.
He fight Eugenio Tadeu
Yeah, Eugenio Tadeu.
there too.
And then somebody shoot a gun. I think in the audience.
Bro, they no before
He was all oiled up and had a bunch of Vaseline on his
before
neck.
the gun, they turn the lights off
Oh yeah, that's right.
and start a big fight. I have like a table close to the cage, so I come in under the table because I can't see anything.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people
yeah.
pushing,
Yeah.
and then shooting a gun there too.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy times.
Yeah, and then everybody stormed out of the place,
And the MMA
and then they canceled Valetudo and MMA for a long time. right?
And the MMA before that, on the public there, maybe I don't know how many thousand people, but just jiu-jitsu practitioners and Luta Livre, just fighters there. No average person there. It's crazy. Like if some stuff happen,
Yeah,
can be a war.
yeah. Kevin, do you know about the Jiu-Jitsu versus Luta Livre rivalry? So Jiu-Jitsu was like Gracie's, and they trained with the gis, and the Luta Livre guys were the no gi guys, like the freestyle kind of. They trained with no gi, and they were like kind of like more from poor areas, right? A lot of the guys.
Yeah,
But-
a lot of police too.
Okay, but they believed in training like no gi because it was more realistic, and the Gracies always kept the gi, and so they had when was it, the late '80s? They had
late
they had the
80s.
challenge. They're like, all right, we'll settle it in the ring, and so they had I think was it two events or one event?
The first event is 3 fights.
Okay.
Is Walid Ismail against Eugenio Tadeu.
Okay,
Murilo Bustamante against Marcelo Santink. And Fabio Gurgel against
Yes.
somebody else.
yes,
I don't
and the
remember
jiu-jitsu
names.
all the jiu-jitsu guys
We
won.
won the 3 fights that night,
Yeah.
yes.
So it was like to show like, hey, train with the gis is better than the gi.
You know.
Still a rivalry today.
It's still, yeah, but it's different now. Everybody does jiu-jitsu, Gracie jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to call it.
Like
We're all one,
I believe gi is a nice tool.
for sure. Amazing tool.
But I understand Eddie Bravo's theory too.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Let's think about it. It's very hard to see a jiu-jitsu on these days give a nice show at MMA fight. Damian Maia is good.
Mm-hmm.
Charles do Bronx. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, actually. Unbelievable. Both.
Their jiu-jitsu
I,
for
I,
MMA.
I really admire both that. But besides that, Fabricio used to put a nice show too. But it's a process.
Fabricio Verdun,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
When he started, I remember in Japan, he used to sit and I say, bro, what is that? You know, like, don't exist that. MMA, you go sit and call the guy over
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
That's ugly. Because you fight somebody, you have
Sitting
to
guard,
put
pulling
a
guard,
fight
yeah.
there. It's not about what people think about your rules. You fight somebody there, you have to fight.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think sit is even cool a jiu-jitsu sport fight. I think super ugly. I think you jump a step off the fight. You know, you have to grab the
Yeah,
good, take him
sure.
down, and all that part. I think it's nice. I for this I like it's a new generation. I like Mika Galvão. I like the Rutolo kids.
Ruchelli, yeah, I love them too. The
That's-
style is amazing, you know. Freestyle, like gi, no gi, whatever.
It's his style. That
Yeah,
kid's
I'm-
style.
yeah.
Kid Rutolo, he have a lot of style, right?
We talk a lot about this with the different types of jiu-jitsu styles. And those guys are the style that, you know, that resonates, like the old school style, but the new style too. It's everything. Everything in
Swing, you
one.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. And that kid Menegali, he have an impeccable
Mm-hmm.
jiu-jitsu. Basic,
Mhm.
extremely basic,
Mm-hmm.
with no gaps, no flaws. And he shows that's
Yeah.
it.
Gi, no gi, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. It's basic. He don't do like fancy stuffs. You don't see he training like crazy stuffs. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, bye.
Yeah.
So I believe these dudes is the ones keep the real jiu-jitsu push in front. You
The
know?
real jiu-jitsu, that's it.
How beautiful is the fight? You probably what was the guy from Menegali team, the big one.
Gordon Ryan?
Gordon Ryan fight Buchecha, who is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I believe. I think Buchecha is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a fight there!
Yeah.
Beautiful fight. Both fight jiu-jitsu there
Mm-hmm.
on the Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
You know, so we have a great representative there. On the same way, we have like some jiu-jitsu who I think, oh my God, what is dude doing?
Yeah.
It's part of the sport, but
Sure.
just
yeah.
personal, I don't like
Yeah.
the style. You know, it's pretty much on surf when people start to fly and do aerials, and the power surfers start to say, "Oh, that's not surf. It's not power surf." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's a style.
Yeah.
It's a style, but fight style, on my eyes, start to stand up, and you go from there.
Yeah.
You know,
Complete game, complete jiu-jitsu.
if you wanna fight, you wanna have a domination. You don't go there just to show up on the fight. Everybody wanna have a domination. It's not easy. It's semi-impossible. It's not for everyone. You know, maybe this dude will do Menegali.
Made a guy, yeah.
Probably this dude will have one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
he have
probably.
that-
It's
he
part of
have
his
that
journey.
style.
Yeah.
And like a lot of idols on jiu-jitsu, like Roger Grace, phenomenal. They just fight like some divisions. You know, they have a very controlled life career.
Mm-hmm.
This Menegali sounds like he fight everything. You know, like the important fighter. He hunting the guys he don't submit before. I think that's very interesting. It's very interesting the way he look to have dominance on the business.
Yeah.
You know,
The mindset, right? To
yeah.
dominate.
Some people think he's cocky, stuff, talk. Look, I don't want to judge a fighter outside the mats, his behave. If, no behave, like his attitude. I never see he disrespect nobody. He's not brown nosing nobody. And he say what he thinks. If you believe you are a champion, you know, you talk the way you want. You pay for that later.
You have to believe in yourself.
You pay for your words later, but you
Yeah.
pay. You
Yeah.
know what I say?
Yeah.
So I understand him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect.
Yeah.
Like on the pad, I have one of my fighters, Macaco. He's similar to Conor McGregor. style talk, trash talking.
Do you know who they are? Godoy and Macaco. Macaco was the early like Valetudo fighter that fought in like Sao Paulo, like Valetudo, Universal Valetudo, like these early events, like representing jiu-jitsu. But he was like a pretty complete. He was a complete fighter, you know. But he was one of his students, right? So yeah, but Macaco and then Godoy, still to this day, he's kicking ass in the master divisions. He's like super dominant. They had a really strong team. Godoy and Macaco for a lot of years. They were together. So they had a lot of good fighters, a lot of good black belt competitors.
And he used to have a very dynamic jiu-jitsu style, especially when people don't know jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
On the MMA,
yeah.
he have like a
Yeah.
beautiful takedowns and unbelievable submissions, you know.
One of the things about Macaco that I remembered, his courage, like big balls, you know, like I remember he went against, I think it was Margarita. I think it was Margarita or one of the top guys at the time, you know, and he wasn't training gi. He was fighting. He was doing all these other things, and he went against the top gi guy, which maybe was Margarita or somebody at the time, and he had like a half guard, a deep half that he'd like to do, you know. But it's just so cool that he wanted to test himself. That was
Yes.
the attitude. He wanted to test himself. It's like I wanna see what I got.
Yeah, like he's a fearless. For
Fearless,
sure.
yeah.
No,
And that's the attitude with him fighting and no rules, like bare knuckle, you know, bare knuckle days.
and his capability to focus is unbelievable too, because I think that's what make a different sportist. You know, when you go to the zone really deep to see everything in slow motion. Michael Jordan, Caddy Slater,
Yeah.
Rickson Grace. You know, that's different specimens. You know what I say? They know
Yeah.
what will happen before everyone.
Did you ever think jujitsu? I mean, now the UFC, it's so big, right? How many events do they have now on TV? I mean, we can't keep up, but the pay-per-views are nice because at least we can come together for the pay-per-views, right? But there's so many events now. Did you ever think it was going to be this big?
Mm, maybe not that big. I remember when I was the first UFC. I'm on the house for Professor Eduardo Leitão. And we watched. And I say,
You
bro,
watched, yeah.
these dudes will destroy my life because I'm a surfer and I used to use jiu-jitsu a lot to surf to place local guys, you know, and nobody knows jiu-jitsu. I mean, I was the king of the hill. I say everybody will know jiu-jitsu now, you know. And how impressive is that? It's global
Impressive,
wise
yeah.
broadcast.
Yeah, yeah.
First UFC.
Yeah.
Now it's like a sport. UFC is a sport, like the NFL, like any other stuff.
Like, just like Kevin's, he's younger, right, in the game. So it's really cool to see, right, the evolution of like how it was, right? Like first it was Horace Gracie, and he got put in the UFC to prove the effectiveness of jiu-jitsu against other styles. That was the beginning of the UFC, right? That was basically all the Valetudo fights before that in the 80s and everything else is to show jiu-jitsu is the best. And I remember like when I was first learning, I had that, like, it was that energy. I wanted to go against other people, my friends that were wrestlers and this, whoever. I wanted to prove my jiu-jitsu worked against, right?
Yes.
You're a YouTuber, and I'm sure. And I got the tail end when I first started fighting. I still got to still kind of in the cage. We had gloves already, and it was it was already turning into a sport. But I still got to kind of represent jiu-jitsu because there weren't that many high-level jiu-jitsu guys fighting.
Yes.
Guys that were like top jiu-jitsu guys in the world. So it's pretty cool. Like you had you were representing something bigger than yourself.
That's a statement, because I grow on that. Like you have to defend jiu-jitsu name.
That's it.
You never tap, you dive to defend jiu-jitsu.
That's it.
name.
Yeah.
So what
That's
I
it.
learned.
Literally. Yeah.
And probably I'm a complete idiot before because I used to go to another gyms, like taekwondo, karate, kung fu, and sit there with the guy finish the class. Hey, bro, that stuff you teach is don't exist. I do
Doesn't
all that
work,
stuff
yeah.
is way better than yours. I think you have
That's
to
how it
go there.
was, man. That's how it was.
Many times the guy wanna fight me, and it's like 2 seconds, like no chance.
Yeah.
But how much time of my life I spent on that stuff? How many restraining orders I have before because that? I remember that story is
That's
from
how it was, though. That's how it was.
long
It was
time.
like guys are like, that's how it was. That's how you got jujitsu to spread and to get out there, right?
Maybe on the
I mean,
good
before
or bad way.
until the UFC was, was broadcast on pay-per-view and that, like, that's how it was getting grown. I mean, the Gracies, right? They also made the Gracie in action. Look at all those videos that they made of them challenging other martial arts.
Yes.
People coming to their gym challenging them, like, your stuff doesn't work. Let's go.
Have a dude in Brazil when jiu-jitsu starts explode.
Uh-huh.
He create a martial art called Jiu-Jitsu Morgante or Morgante Jiu-Jitsu. His name.
Yeah, yeah.
His idea is because he go to college to do PH, and he decided to create a martial arts more respectful, more efficient. And he's black belt in karate, he blue belt in jiu-jitsu. He created that stuff, and because I used to do speeds in colleges and stuff, a lot of people start to me ask about that. He question me about that. I started hunting this dude, He used to have like maybe 10, 15 gyms. He never on the gyms I come. To the day I get a restraining order.
In Brazil, the restraining order.
Because I hunted this dude for so long. He created a martial art. Unbelievable. Jiu-Jitsu da Budo... No.
With his
Morgan
name.
Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Morgan Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, because have the Jiu-Jitsu da Budokan too.
Okay.
Everybody starts creating stuffs with jiu-jitsu name to make money on top, to go to the hypest,
Yeah.
It's funny. And how much this changed to now?
Yeah.
Like you have jiu-jitsu in schools on this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some places are mandatory. I think that's phenomenal.
I mean, Abu Dhabi, right? The Sheikh has a city of Brazilians and just black belts, right?
A city of Brazilians.
That just teach jiu-jitsu to all the kids.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal statement to how jiu-jitsu is important, to our society.
To our society.
Other day, somebody just mentioned me a situation. He say, "Oh, my grandfather, he removed the wisdom
teeth. Uh-huh.
4 in one day, and he come to work on the field in a farm straight away." Sounds like the society try to build a lot of weak people these days. Maybe it's good today, some part of the society. And I believe jiu-jitsu is what we can help to fix that.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. That's it. The Buddhist monks, right? That created. They knew what they were doing, right?
Because jiu-jitsu will create people who don't be bullied without aggression, without confident enough to don't bully nobody, and capable to defend themselves, capable to defend their friends too. And which goes in life who is sport, who take you out for problems too. How complex is jiu-jitsu to a life? How important it is? When we're young, maybe I don't even know that. I think it's good for myself. I learned how to fight. A lot of ego involved, before. Ego is a bad stuff. Ego is a very bad stuff to ourselves. But that time I moved.
It can be, right? But you need that ego to perform, right, as well. To win and to do these things,
Yeah.
Your value, yeah. Who you think you are.
You want to be better than the others.
Yeah.
Like when I'm young, I have a maybe 13 hormonal problem. I get a lot of weight, And
You gained a lot of weight.
a lot of weight. And I have to rebuild my life. And at the moment, I wanna be. I wanna go to the ocean. Nobody goes, and I wanna fight who nobody wants. You know, I decide in my life. Nobody's more brave than me to surf or to fight. Not because I'm brave, because I think that's the only chance I have to grow. To grow. I mean, I have a brother now, but that time I'm the unique son. My mom is a mom, spoiled mom. I need to.
You were the only child. So
Yeah,
your brother, yeah.
I need to disconnect to that. I need to focus in my life to be a man, the man I want to be. You know what they say? Maybe it's wrong, but that time I don't want nobody be more than me. Oh, I surf that way, but okay, I do it too. You know what they say?
It's part of being young, right?
Yeah.
That's why the guys. That's why you have the Gordon Ryans and the Craig Jones and the guys pushing the. Yeah, you have to be.
The limits.
Yeah, pushing the limits.
My master is unbelievable, unbelievable to my life in many ways. Okay, everybody have solid points. Everybody have weak points. I don't know his weak points. I don't care about because his solid is too high to me. And what he teach me, one day steps he teach me is never fear nobody. And when I grow in a club, you know, like on the past military government in Brazil, they have a club is monster clubs,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
size for a city. And we have a giant mats, like the biggest mats on South America at the time.
Wow.
And on the walls, having big words, the biggest, uh, the biggest pain is the pain to don't fight.
Mm,
That's so deep.
that's so yeah.
The biggest pain is the pain to don't fight. Trust me, that's what it is. I want to be back to stories there.
That's it though. That's it. No, that's it. Like the man in the arena, right? Like people can criticize all the people that lose or this or that, but like if you're not there, if you haven't gone it, like you were nobody to say anything or just to even think, right? Because it's the man in the arena that does the work. Win or lose, you're winning, right?
I remember so much moments on that place, you know, where I start. I remember my first final for state or nationals. I used to be very good because my mom make me train every day. It's not each kid start 5 years old, they train every day. And maybe I'm 10 years old, a judo competition, you know. And all my friends, oh, you go beat this kid on the final, beat this kid on the final. And I be make kind of disrespect for the kid. And I lost. And when I leave to the arena that day, I remember like today, on my mind, like the wishes. Every time you get cocky, you lost. And that's is like a stuff in my life. All the time I'm too much super confident enough, I will have a problem on surf or fight. Because the more important stuff is the respect. And
Yeah.
it's good to have a little fear to make you perform.
Yeah. Perform the right way. Keep it humble, right?
Humble.
You want to be hungry, but you want to stay humble.
You have to be humble in life. I believe that.
There's always somebody better or coming up that's going to be better.
Some like a cowboy who's shooting quickly than you.
Yeah.
How martial arts is that? I told that story in a class the other day. When I'm a brown belt, you know, in my state, I think I'm the shit. And have a school who it's like an old traditional school, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to go to other places to try myself. And one day I come to that school and just to have one of the black belts there. Not even a teacher there, is one of the black belts. And I think, wow, I was on a bit stood. Man, he finished me like me 3-4 times on the armbar. From the guard, straight, ta, 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 ta. I leave it from there. Holy smoke, bro. I can't be cocky in my life. You know, life proved it to you many times. You can't be cocky. You know, it's like people, they say, the same school and they didn't come to my gym. Oh, we come to test your belt. Oh, fuck, bro. have to smoke everybody's butt other day.
Mm-hmm.
That day because they come to my gym to test my belt. That's the jiu-jitsu on the past. How ugly is that? How sad is that?
Yeah, yeah. It's bigger than that, right? Jiu-jitsu is bigger than that.
Way bigger than that. Another stuff jiu-jitsu have on the past, like people used to talk bad about the other schools. That make we stuck on the past.
Yeah.
I believe.
Even like right, even jiu-jitsu, like we're better than everybody, better than all the other martial arts.
Yeah, like on these days, and at least to me, all the jiu-jitsu schools are friendly to me. I love everyone. They do the job I do, and they have the goals I have. So if I can help,
Yeah.
it's more than a pleasure. Like your line on the past, like Ryan Grace, Macaco.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have a
rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, they have the rivalry. I never have because I like Carlinhos Gracie a lot, and I like. Always I have a good relationship with Gracie Barra kids. One day when they have problem with Macaco, I think Macaco or somebody shooting their house there. I don't remember who. Maybe Nino Chamber called my.
Yeah.
Come from the gym, say, hey, I come in there, have the holes on the wall, and I come to their house because to see what's happening there. I don't agree with what's being happening at that moment. But on the future, I make so much contact, I make so much friends on Gracie Barra because I used to have them on my fight camps. Piano, Fabio Costa, Tussa, Romulo Barral,
Yeah,
Dante.
yeah.
That kids are amazing, bro. That kids is like gentlemen, unbelievable fighters. And the time we start to pass, we see how stupid is you don't be team up with the people who are like you.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
I just continue, John Wano.
John Wano.
He always gave me that advice, because I know John for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm a little hypers before. And John always he's calm.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He gave good words on that. He's unbelievable. He helped
Wise
me.
words, yeah.
He helped me focus on that a lot too.
You made me think about just how, back in the day, like when you're an adult, like when you're competing in the you're a young man, like the rival teams, the back in the day, but still now, right? You're so like you take things personal, and you don't like, depending on the people, of course, but you're very competitive, right? And as you get older, like in the master divisions, for example, like the Master Worlds, it's really cool and really special because as you get older, all the, for example, like Carlson Gracie, like Draculino, when I go and I hang out, and you see all these rival teams, they're all sitting together, having dinner together, talking about the old times, and now they realize that these opponents, these the rivals, they brought out the best in them. And they're so grateful. Thank you so much for bringing out the
How
best.
crazy is that?
Yeah. And so now you're wiser. I mean, you're still competing and you're still getting out there, but you're like, thank you so much because, I train hard. I'm in great shape. I'm learning because of you. Thank you so much. Let's go.
It's not like that because we grow.
Yeah.
We
You have
grow.
kids and life. You get wiser, right, with age.
Jiu-Jitsu grow
Hopefully.
too.
Yeah.
Like our gyms grow too. Now it's a good business. It's a different business.
Yeah, I mean, like we're talking about the old days in jiu-jitsu when it had a bad reputation. How many kids? Only like Zé Beleza in Rio. There weren't that many or any really kids programs in those days, right?
I
Like
go
good
to my
ones.
ego again. When I'm young, I don't used to teach kids. I think Godoy is my kid's instructor or somebody else after that. But Zé Beleza already do a beautiful job in there.
Yeah.
In that time, I'm no bright enough to see that. Now,
Well, it was a different reputation, right? At the time, like jiu-jitsu moms wouldn't want to bring their kids in, or
but
even dads, right?
For more, I don't want to change anything in my life. I will focus more in kids that time if I have a chance. Probably told here that story how I stopped teaching MMA.
No,
No, I never told.
maybe say, repeat.
Maybe I
yeah,
go repeat.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can jump in for next segment. Uh, on the more important fight as a coach in my life, my dream,
Uh,
because my dream as a coach is unify Pride belt with UFC belt even before they are, always I have that dream.
Yeah.
Before exist that
yeah,
dream.
yeah.
And one day, plow, Rampage fight Dan Henderson in London for the Pride belt because the best fighters on that time is Chuck Liddell and Mikro Krokop. And Rampage knocked down Chuck Liddell. And Dan Henderson, I don't remember if he knocked out, but he beat Mikro Krokop and Vanderlei Silva. That time is Vanderlei Silva and Chuck Liddell. What
Okay.
everybody wants.
Yeah.
Remember right now. And then he beat these two, so they put the belt, the unified belt on UFC London.
Oh, yeah.
Quinton and Dan Henderson. Even on the pre-interviews, Dana White said that's the more important fight for the history.
History of the sport, yeah.
Dan Henderson said that too. And everything go with the plan because we train Jiu-Jitsu with the Henderson, And that night, a lot of stuff happened in my life. After the fight, we won the 3 fights with Shea Congo against Mikro Krokop,
Right.
Michael Bisping against Matt Hamill, Rampage 1-2. So that fight is very. The first stuff happened when Joe Rogan asked Rampage. He said, "I'm very impressed with your ground." And Rampage said, "Oh, I do jiu-jitsu." Michael Junior, he mentioned my name. Work hard. Okay, I don't hear that moment because he just I'm there to thank God to, probably pray at that moment. And I had to take Rampage out the cage because he's so tired he can't walk. He can't have the belt on him. If you watch the video, look like we hug ourselves. No, I hold him to walk out. So that day, they leave here early and they forget the belt with me. Bro, that's a $500,000 belt.
Which one? The
UFC.
The UFC?
Yeah. And I'm with the freaking belt there. And I'm in Thiago Monstro, Borges. And I say, bro, we need to back to the hotel now. So I have a car wait for me. I bring the belt to my security coffer. And I come late to the fights, the parties. When I hit the first party, it have like how the spike, because it's the first open fighting on the open channel. It's no pay-per-view, that one. It's one Wednesday, I think. No, I don't remember probably. And the vice president for Spike in the United States, he introduced me to the vice president there in UK. He said, "Oh, this is the coach I say to you, won all the fights today." And the lady said to me, "Oh, I love you winners." On my mind, say, "Oh, what?" So if somebody loses there, I'm a loser. I don't like it, the way she speaks, and that's starts poke my head. And I saw the wrestling coach with a bunch of Australian girls. I said, "Wow, you the man." And he looked like with a weird face, saying, "No, you the man." I started seeing my whole entire team look me weird. I don't understand why. So I get a cabin back to my hotel. I said, I don't feel good there. Went back to the hotel. It's the old school when you have to go to the media room to have Wi-Fi to connect. Don't exist iPhones that time.
Yeah.
See, media talk good about me, and I have like 100 new friends, way more, and people who I never know message me. That moment, I say, wow, that's not what I want for my life. Because you do a camp, it's a long stuff. You'll be far away from your family for months, you know, and you devote your life to a staff who you don't make how much the fighter make. It's different. You are
Yeah,
caught.
yeah.
If he won, he won. If he lost, you the guilt. So I decided to teach kids. And I probably worked one of my fights in my life, I think against Machida. But after that, I decided to get out MMA and devote myself to helping human beings, not just kids, adults too. Because I think it's what Jiu-Jitsu is about. And in that time, I think I've been waste my time on the wrong way. You know?
The impact you can make with that way compared to training a fighter. Not that it's a waste, but it's the impact you can make in people's lives is it's everything.
It's different. It's different. Uh, it's weird, like MMA, brother. Like, let's give an example. I don't know the person I go talk about now,
Yeah.
but I saw on the media the situation. Ronda Rousey is the top woman ever happen, probably in MMA. She built female MMA on UFC.
100%.
She, as a woman, used to sell a lot pay-per-views,
Yep.
and she put a lot of unbelievable shows.
Yeah. Great fights.
She lost
Skill.
2 fights. Everybody crucified the coach. I don't know him. I have no idea what type coach it is. I never go deep on the story. But I think, wow, what this dude do to everybody hates him, you know? And but I put you on the coach side. If you're
Fickle fans, right? She knocked out the Brazilian girl. What was her name? And then all of a sudden, because Holly Holm, well, I know Edmund Torvedian, so I know I'm friends with because he's Armenian. He's nearby here, and I know Ronda as well. And it was just the perfect kind of every styles make fights, right? And Holly Holm, she that was her that was her. She's a striker, but she's gonna be so high level. She's gonna be able to stay away from the style. Was like the worst style for Ronda, and Ronda had just knocked out that Brazilian girl with punches, So she was believing in her stand up. So just that timing was perfect. It was like a Buster Douglas Mike Tyson situation,
yes,
in my opinion.
yeah,
Because I'm from New Mexico actually.
Oh.
So I knew Holly Holm. I know Greg Jackson. He's my trainer.
we have a camp there, yeah.
Mike Winklejohn. They trained me for my fight. So I know that before her first fight, she was already training for Ronda because there was no women's MMA before Ronda. There was no women's MMA.
no.
Dana White even said, I'm never going to have women's MMA
Correct.
in the UFC until Ronda because of her high level of skills and just who she was, And so everybody owes a debt of gratitude to her. Nobody can say anything. I'm sorry,
Me too.
I've never met any female any combat
I'm a huge
anything like
fan.
that. Yeah,
I'm a huge fan. I know MMA,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I always will have somebody better than you.
yeah, for sure. And it was just the perfect situation for that to happen. She was confident, speaking of that, and then also it being in Australia, even with the time change and everything else, and they probably didn't go out there early enough. But I know Holly Holm and their team probably did everything right because they had that desire, that hunger to, shock the world.
Some stuff. It's because I observate a lot sportists, how they grow, and how they make their names. Okay, let's back to Kerry Slater. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Best ever. But he lost a lot of hits on his life.
Yeah,
2 weak people, 2 big people.
yeah,
But he's consistent. He keep it back. His mind
yeah.
is strong. You know what I say? Example, maybe UFC.
Whenever there's a ghost in here,
Uh-huh.
there's a ghost, right? Someone's
Yeah. We talk about who if that's happening.
right? He's like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. And that is what make a legend. I'm bad for my memory, but I remember have a tournament when Michael Jordan lost his last shot.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? I think they lost the title on that.
Against the Pistons, something like that.
is too much for me. But he lost, and he come back stronger and stronger. You know, so a great champion, he take learning from her losses.
Yeah, for sure.
But unfortunately, MMA, the crowd is too aggressive in the business too. You don't have much chances.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I agree.
What
agree.
is your
My opinion on
best
it?
MMA fighter
MM
ever?
Ever? Wow, that's a good question.
That's complicated.
Right? I mean, man,
me
just
three.
from skills and everything. I mean, listen, John Jones. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
He's unbelievable.
how can you even compare anybody? He's the greatest of all time because of what he's done. I mean, going against wrestlers, going against strikers, Machida, going against jiu-jitsu guys. Like he was a black belt,
I want to give
and
like
he choked him out unconscious and just walked away like it was nothing.
different moments of the sport. In some moment of my life, Nogueira is my idol.
Yeah,
Man,
for sure. There's different
Rodrigo is
eras,
a
right?
phenomenal fighter. But Genki Suro,
Yeah, yeah,
bro, he fight Bob Sapp.
yeah,
How crazy is that?
yeah, yeah,
He's smaller than me. He's like
Yeah.
160 pounds.
yeah.
BJ Penn,
BJ
pound by
Penn,
pound.
BJ Penn, one of the greatest of all times. 100%,
Pound
100%.
by pound. BJ is
He
phenomenal.
fought guys all the way up to like middleweight. He fought Machida,
He's phenomenal.
and he like it was like decision, just because of like he wanted to speaking of like ego and challenge. Like he's amazing. You
How
gotta be
hard
kidding me.
his life on the business.
Uh-huh.
Then keep it push you, push you, push you, push
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I say?
Yeah, yeah,
Have a momentum. A 40 years old dude can't fight a 20 years old dude.
yeah,
You got your endurance, your raciocínio is totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
You know, but I think MMA keep it pushing the dudes too much after time.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the fight game, right?
Yeah.
You think you can still, and it's hard. How can you tell fighters to stop fighting?
Yes.
That's
It's
it's
a
only
hard
it,
stuff
it can
too.
only come from the fighter. What do you think about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
That's a show business, huh? That's like more we watch like a gincana, you know, like a reality show. But this kid, he impressed me on the point he trained a lot. He trains a lot. You know, have a bunch of dudes, even in Brazil, been doing that too.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay. But this kid trained a lot. He put a camp.
Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he trained like a pro. But
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. He's another specimen.
But he's
you
almost
know?
like, speaking of the age, he's like 60, 58, late 50s, almost
Wow,
60.
I had no idea. The
Yeah,
age.
yeah. I mean, he's
it's
an icon from
complicated.
the 80s, 90s. I grew up with him, so I'm like, yeah, he's like, I don't want to see. I don't want to. He's he's older.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
It's
for sure.
curious.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah, me
because
too.
it's Mike Tyson.
I'm
and
curious to see it.
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna watch. Everybody's gonna watch. I don't know anybody that's not gonna watch. Are you kidding me? Like,
The icons on the sport make you like the sport. I go give example.
it's probably like it's got to be one of the biggest just fights because I mean, how many more times are you gonna see Mike Tyson? And the fact that, I mean, it's interesting.
I start to watch boxing.
If you hate Jake Paul or not, or whatever you want to see.
I think he's a smart dude.
Yeah,
I
for
start
sure.
to watch box because Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Before I don't like it.
yeah,
I watch because Mike Tyson. Like I watch basketball because Michael Jordan.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
I watch race cars because Ayrton Senna.
Yeah,
And the day he died,
yeah.
I stopped
Stop watching. I stopped
Right
watching
there.
Michael Jordan after Michael Jordan stopped playing.
I have a funny story
And
about
I think the numbers, the stats is crazy. Like when he stopped playing, like the NBA, the ratings and everything like went down crazy.
Yes.
Was it
Michael
an error?
Jordan's other stuff.
Yeah,
Chicago Bulls.
yeah.
And it's funny because one time I'm in a nightclub with Rampage, and what's the bold big one name?
MMA.
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
Of course, I know who is Charles Barkley because
Do you know who Charles Barkley is? He was
I-
on the original Dream Team,
I just know
Arizona.
because
Yeah.
the Chicago Bulls, okay? The only stuff about basketball I know is that Chicago Bulls because I used to watch in Brazil because Michael Jordan. And one time in a nightclub, and comes Charles Barkley, you know, he's a big dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He saw Rampage, sometimes I'm too funny for myself, you know. I slap him on the neck. He said, "Oh, you are heavyweight," and pa. When he slapped to his secures jump on me, you know.
Oh my God.
And Rampage, no, that's my coach. He's Brazilian. He don't know. And Charles Barkley started laughing, you know,
Oh
because
my God.
I say, "Oh, you're not heavyweight." Oh, his secures looking ugly the whole entire night. Then he's upset because probably his
Hey, it was
boss.
like-
I
it's
just,
super- yeah,
I just slap him on the neck, you know.
Yeah.
But he's a big boy. I'm a huge fan from that team.
Yeah.
That team is phenomenal. It's stuff who make you like the sport.
Yeah.
You know.
And same thing with my first fight was my Mike Tyson fight.
Wow.
I remember my uncle got the pay-per-view. It was the Spinks, the Michael Spinks, was it? It was the first fight that I saw, and I was like, after that, I was like, oh my God, I was mesmerized with just fighting.
He's phenomenal.
Because I had never had, paid attention. And then after that, I started paying attention.
How different is Mike Tyson? Everything you saw,
Yeah.
like Muhammad Ali's beautiful game.
For sure. For
Right?
sure.
Somebody, a murder, knocked
sure.
out
For sure.
on the first minute.
For
That's
sure.
Mike Tyson.
For sure.
He's phenomenal. And Michael Jordan too, and Kelly Slater. These dudes, it's like they keep it going.
Yeah. There's levels.
I don't know if you guys follow surfing, but Kelly Slater won Pipeline Master 51 years old. And now we have Chopo of the Danger Wave on Earth.
The who?
Chopo
Uh-huh.
on Tahiti. Right now, probably today, we have an event there, and Kelly Slater is one of the favorites.
Wow. Wow. It's amazing.
And it's amazing, like the focus, you know. If you saw Kelly Slater describe a wipeout, he know every second details of the moment because to him is in slow motion. I used to don't like him. When I'm young, he's just a surfer on the water who's a crowd. So I never even say hi to him. Now I admire so much because I learn stuffs which when he describe how he do stuffs. Because he focus enough to know every detail of the motion. You know, some quotes probably you have who describe details of the situation to you, change your life. He capable to do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people who look at everything in multiple details. That's make a big difference to me.
Yeah. His level of understanding and awareness and hard work, right? Because people think, oh, he's just like that. And then when you start to speak to him or hear interviews, right, you're like, oh my God, like
I want to give you some stuff.
one natural ability, natural this, but then extreme hard work, right? That nobody sees or a lot of people don't see behind all of that.
It's crazy. I want to give a gift to everybody watch your podcast. I have 3 books I make for my team, but I think fits on to everyone who a jiu-jitsu practitioner. I have a book like Explain to You Your Life on Kids program, Your Life on Color Belts program,
Amazing.
and Your Life on Black Belt program. Example, if you are a black belt, I'm nobody to give you rules or stuff, but have a lot of my experience there. How you prepare yourself to be a master? You know what I say? It's not like a fun stuff. Oh, I will be a sheriff. No, bro. You will have more responsibility. You have to produce more to your community. You have to do stuffs we don't do before. You know, in that book, I think is a help to wake up us to abundant stuffs. I use a lot my mistakes, a lot my fails, and my stuffs work too. You know, it's very easy to read. And on these days with artificial intelligence, even my Portuguese in English get better because sometimes translate Portuguese to English is hard. So everybody who make a comment here, or we need the email to send today, and they can choose. If you want a book to understand what your kid will pass for, if your color belt, you know your psychological problems on the way, what you expect, how you make to grow your life. Or if you're a black belt, I will give for free. It's just to everybody have my 2 cents of your
Love it,
opinion there,
love it.
you know, because
A guide and knowledge and experience
yeah, we will make
from
it
all these
better
years.
for you. Because I have it, I
How can they get the content or the books?
you know, if you put a comment here or go, you have some way to send the email to you.
Sure, they can contact the school info at legacybjj.com. Do you have a website or anything?
Can we put a link there?
Sure.
You can put one link where people can send emails to
Okay.
you.
Sure.
You give me the emails and you do a comment, a nice one. Don't talk bad about us, please. At the podcast, and you get the book.
Okay.
You know, it's more than an honor give to you guys there. I will expect help.
Is it like a PDF book or like a
It's an
ebook?
ebook. It's a super cool.
Great.
The link is automatic. You click
Great.
on the
Okay.
link, you go.
Do you have a
automatic to the
website for them
pages.
to download it, or you have to
No,
you have to send the
I
email?
will send the
Okay.
email.
Okay.
I built this book because I have like a coffee table book who I launched 2 weeks ago. It's not print yet, but it's a history book, pictures about old school MMA. I will show you before I leave. I know you want to see. And have pictures and have history of Cia Paulista, but it's more than Cia Paulista, the BJJ history to the modern times and the Jiu-Jitsu history to the modern times. On the book, I decided to put like a picture from every black belt coming from my lineage and still on Cia Paulista. And I find we have 140 dudes there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I started connecting to the 140 dudes. And I see a lot gaps. We can be better here. We can be better there. So I make that book
Wow.
to help them how to get better.
Yeah.
You know, so my
Connect us more and get deeper into the.
yeah, we have
the
6
ways.
degrees, 5 degrees there. So if you're 5 degree, bro, you want step to be a master. You have to prepare yourself. It's like
It's
when
amazing.
you blue belt, you have to prepare yourself to be a black belt.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't do belts based on just on time. Time is just a frame. I give you tasks. I give you some way to you learning more. To you give you prize to that. You know, and that's the way I see my kids, my team. They need that to grow. Everybody's different. Everybody. Sometimes some guys more connect to the business. Others more connect to kids. Other adults. Others more antisocial. I believe that book help you to center yourself. You know what I say?
Yeah.
You a master, bro. Let's word master is other stuff. Like master is a master who teaching stuff. You don't have the luxury to come in bad mood here. You agree with me?
100%. When you tie that belt on or when you show up.
Doesn't matter what's happening.
Yeah.
You happy there because that is your legacy. That is your job. A priest can't go to her church and start say not positive things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is what I make. I want to make sure, like people want to know how to be a master, you know, and pursue.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
A belt's just a material in your waist, but I believe when I get my coral belt 7 years ago, changed me a lot, a lot. I start to
Different phase, huh? Different phase in the
yeah,
journey.
I need to be more now. I need to do better, better. It's funny because sometimes I used to do some analogy for my black belts. I say, man, when you get your black belt, everybody we believe you know everything. All the color belts wanna ask questions and you have to know. When you color belt, all the black belts wanna ask questions. You have to know. You know what I say? Even
Yeah,
if you don't
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
you have to know because we expect that moment. Jiu-Jitsu, your subconscious. You know,
Subconscious, yeah.
sometimes people invite me to do class for black belts. Like a lot of gyms have just black belt classes. Other day I come to a black belt class who I know the dudes, but I don't know what they do every day. So I don't want to come and say, oh, I will teach that.
Yeah.
I want to teach some stuff you want. What do you want? You have like some situations problematic for you. And that day I teach like I have another stuff. I'm crazy. I always get the bigger guy. I go on jiu-jitsu that way. And he want to escape from north-south. So we do escape there, and I get other big guy. We do escape, and UFC fighter do escape. When driving home, my kid Kalani, he say, "Wow, everybody's taught with the position." I say, "Me too. I just learned it right there because I don't know it before." you know, everybody grab you different. Everybody lock you different. We change the position.
Yeah.
I know principles. I know foundation jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I know modern jiu-jitsu because I watch jiu-jitsu every day.
Yeah.
Every day. 2 hours. I look jiu-jitsu every day. I like it.
Yeah.
Fight and stuff. But the basic jiu-jitsu is in your subconscious. It's your everyday practice, everyday training. You pass for
Your
the
real
situation.
jiu-jitsu is in your subconscious. Well said.
When I'm a kid, I don't believe in jiu-jitsu. My dream, when I'm a kid, is do karate, kung fu, Al Carradine, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
You know, and on that big club, I say to you, the old kids, they used to hold the kids and slap with wet towels. And never nobody can hold me because, that uncoordinated jiu-jitsu style, you always can escape. I don't understand that, how valuable to me is that stuff. And the first time I believe in jiu-jitsu, on that club I walk, have a kid play tennis, older than me, and he flick me, I
Wow.
flick him back, and he jump
Give you the finger.
and he slap my face. Oh, I lost my mind. I take him down and punch his face. That day I said, wow, he's a karate kid, and I defend myself.
You use jiu-jitsu.
Probably because that happened, or we probably run. I'm super young that time. And I start to say, wow, jiu-jitsu really works. Because people no idea what it is
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody thinks it's like it's a fish.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
What is that? And take my lifetime to put that belief in action and reaction, mental action reaction, subconscious. Take a long time on
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the art, bro. Like we olders, I will be 60 next year, and I still can do everything.
Yeah.
Which problem mine is. Hardly to I sweep, like, that sweeps way I have to use my knee, but I change for myself now.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing jiu-jitsu until the end?
Yeah. If God give him that bless,
Yeah.
because it's a bless.
Yeah. It's a blessing for sure. Sure.
Like one stuff my master used to do after class, because we always have that judo tradition. We bow to the mat, we bow to the black belts, and we finish the class, And he used to thank every god, because everybody have different beliefs, but he thank all the energies of the universe. Can be your god, my god, every god, or one god. So every day I teach class. I ask permission to teach class and to, in some way, touch somebody there with some stuff who be valuable to his whole entire life, you know. And that's a stuff I believe when you get your black belt, you have to learn. Sometimes you're too young, you wanna show how much you know. If you're black belt, you know already. You need to teach somebody valuable to people who are there, who no idea what's berimbolo, maybe it is, but if it's a young class, then there to get some stuff, maybe it's more than a position. Maybe it's a conception, maybe it's a conception for life. Who changed his jiu-jitsu life? I like to work to rehab people. Do you see how jiu-jitsu is powerful?
Rehab them, yeah, make them better as a tool to make them better.
Yeah, on the last belt ceremony, we asked how many, just so people want to share, how much people are clean now. Wow.
Yeah,
Pow.
yeah,
And you see mothers cry when the adult kid gets a blue belt. She no idea what jiu-jitsu is. She cried because she saw a different human being there, a different person who maybe she's don't have the power to change before, and the jiu-jitsu power changed that, you know. And the class have to be focused on that individuals. That's the winners.
yeah.
That's the winners, bro. And that's the ones we work for. We work to everyone. But our class have to be.
Yeah,
perfect.
we're running out of time. I just wanted to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
And you know, you've dedicated your life to jiu-jitsu and all the different eras of jiu-jitsu from, you know, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, now, right in the 20s. We're in the 20s now. What are you most what are some of the things you're most grateful for?
Okay, I go to my staff because I had that conversation maybe a week ago with Godoy. Okay, and he said, "Jiu-Jitsu is our medicine. Jiu-Jitsu save our lives. Okay, save Macaco's life, Godoy life, my life, a lot to other people. What I'm grateful is to see that kids right now. See Godoy is an unbelievable master, leader for a monster team who he help people mentally, physically. You know, not because he makes champions, because he help people. He have that knowledge. Eduardo Leitão, Macaco, Português, Andrei, Barbosa, all these guys, bro, they are masters who make difference in people's life. You know, it's not say stuff I great about me. Is I'm great about life. Thanks God that's happening. Can be a gang now, like go to the wrong way. You know what they say? Can go to the wrong
The
way.
blessing you have to be able to do this work and to see the people grow up to do well.
To be part,
And
because
to
when
be
you
part,
do the
help others
job,
be a part, yeah.
you no idea that's will happen.
Yeah.
You no idea. You have your life every day. And, you know, maybe you have good intentions.
Yeah.
And to everybody who cheats, understand. One time in your life, you go see how many people you make a remarkable change on their lives.
Yeah.
You know, so our job is a very important. You focus every day and just do the correct side because you can make a bad impact too. You can put like bad words or you can drive in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I say? I believe all the feelings who are not honor have to be outside the mat. Mat to me is like a church. You know, it's a temple where we have to just give love there. It's a very spiritual protect place. I learned this with Master Moisés Murad. He's unbelievable, unbelievable. His spirituality is outside, And just to finish, he have that stuff like every match have 7 samurais who take care the mats. I believe in that. I believe when you do a good job, the spirit's there to help you, like in a hospital, like in places, a school, you know. And I think jiu-jitsu at the moment be take the school side on educate kids
Yeah.
because unfortunately schools go too much politics now. Then you wanna do agenda on top kids,
Yeah.
and that's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think jiu-jitsu. I'm grateful to jiu-jitsu be a tool on learning for kids now.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Beautiful. Thank you, Master. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
What an honor to have you teach your first jiu-jitsu with your new belt at the first seminar. So it's an honor to have you here at Legacy.
I have to say it's an honor to me too because I think Legacy is a temple of the good jiu-jitsu. I love the energy here. You know, I can see in your students. It's an unbelievable place. I'm very grateful to you, bro, to do that, to grow all that. You know, because jiu-jitsu is my life, and I can tell the legacy. We keep it going, you know, because you're black belts, we keep the legacy too. You know, thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate it.
Means a lot for you to say
And I
that.
have to say, I'm extremely proud to be here for my first class for the jiu-jitsu is the jiu-jitsu experience. You know, I changed the name for my seminars because the experience to everybody is different. It's not about fight. It's about your community. Jiu-jitsu way more than a fight. You know,
Yeah.
and I have to say I'm glad and to have the chance to meet masters on my life who are so inspired and then build all that. Master Elio Grace, you know, no words, the man. Master Francisco Mansur, and a lot of others. You know, I can keep
Yeah.
talking about Mestre Naon Rabai, Orlando Saraiva. Bro, we have unbelievable people who work for Jiu-Jitsu their whole lives and build the preparation for what we have now. You know, and I wish one day my 2 cents of contribution help somebody. That would be more than happy to me. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
I have to say, always be here is an honor. You too, son. I can tell. You kick us out all the time because we want to do the class. I know how it works.
Thank you,
But
Master.
thank you so much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.